Hello and welcome. Today our topic is, would you date a woman who's overweight? Our guest is Alexander Grace from Red Pill Interviews. Alexander, thank you for joining us. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. So tell me, would you date a woman who's overweight? No, that's pretty unlikely. Okay, tell me, why is that? Well, I'm attracted to women who are of a healthy weight. I find skinny women sexually desirable, and I don't find overweight women attractive. Interesting. So why do you think that is? I think it's just biological, and I think most men don't find women who are overweight attractive. But is that for biological reasons, or is it for cultural reasons? What do you mean? Well, everywhere we go, the media is completely saturated with images of beautiful skinny women. But imagine that it was reversed and we glorified overweight women and we saw their images on billboards. I think then you'd probably find overweight women quite desirable. Oh, I doubt that. I think you're mistaking what came first, the chicken or the egg. Men have always found thin women sexually desirable because biologically it indicates health and an ability to reproduce. That's why skinny women are featured so heavily in the media. It's because men already found that attractive. They're catering to a pre-existing market. They're not creating one. But don't some men find overweight women attractive? Well, some do, but they're in the minority. Unconsciously, most men assume that a woman who's overweight is going to be unhealthy, lazy, have low self-esteem, and these are not traits that men find sexually attractive. Well, that's very generalizing. Not all women who are overweight are lazy or have low self-esteem. Oh, no, of course not. And I'm not saying that all overweight women are like that. I'm talking about the symbolic associations that we have that are occurring on an unconscious level. Well, that's exactly right. It functions symbolically. It's like in one of my videos recently, we pictured a man wearing glasses and people said that he looked intelligent. Obviously glasses indicate poor eyesight. They've got nothing to do with intelligence, but what we were seeing there is how the brain makes unconscious associations. In this case, glasses equals intelligence. The same thing can happen with a woman with excess weight. All that weight can be associated with those undesirable traits. But don't you think that it's superficial to judge a woman based on her weight? Oh, of course, but I'm not judging women who are overweight. Yes, you are. You said that you wouldn't date them. Well, yes, but me saying that I don't date women who are overweight isn't me judging them. I'm not advocating that people go and be mean to fat women or go out and actively insult them. That kind of behavior is appalling. When I say that I don't date women who are overweight, I'm just stating a personal preference for myself. I don't see how that's any different. Okay, well, look at it this way. I don't plan on owning a goat, but that doesn't mean that I judge goats. I don't plan on becoming Jewish, but doesn't mean that I'm anti-Semitic. These are just personal preferences that I have. By me saying that I don't date women who are overweight, that doesn't mean that I'm judging them. It's just me declaring that I have a personal preference to date women who are thin and healthy. Okay, well, let's try a little experiment. Let me show you some pictures of women, and then you let me know whether or not you find them attractive. Yeah, wow. This woman is very attractive to me. She's a beautiful body. I like her slim figure. Yeah, it's very desirable. Okay, and what about this woman? This woman, no, she's not attractive to me at all. Yeah, she has too much excess weight for me to find her desirable. So what can she do then? What advice would you give her? Oh, well, it depends. What does she want advice on? I never give unsolicited advice. That never ends well. No, she specifically asks for your advice because she wants to be more attractive to men. Oh, well, she's probably fine. There's, like I said earlier, there's men out there who like women with excess weight. So she should just go and find a man like that. That would be the easiest route for her to take. But what if she wants to date you? Well, if she's asking advice on how to date me specifically, then she should eat healthy and exercise and, lose all of her excess weight. Then I'm much more likely to find her attractive. Well, I think that a lot of women would feel insulted to hear that you won't date them just because they're overweight. Yeah, I think you're right. Doesn't it concern you that people could interpret your statements to be misogynistic or sexist? No, I can't control how people interpret the things that I say. I don't intend to be offensive, but if people choose to be offended, then they're going to be offended. I can't control that. But how would you feel if a woman said that she wouldn't date you because you were too short or, you didn't make enough money? Yeah, she's entitled to those preferences, It's not really going to bother me because I wouldn't want to date somebody like that anyway, if they're just interested in things like height and wealth. But isn't that a double standard? You know, you said that you'd date a woman just because she was thin. No, that's just one of many necessary criteria. I mean, yes, she has to be physically attractive, but she also has to be intelligent, kind, have a strong commitment to self-growth. Well, that still seems to be a double standard. You know, you say that it's okay for you to have criteria for a woman to be able to date you, but there are so many men in the red pill community that get angry with women when they have a criteria. You know, when they say that a man, in order to date them, has to be rich and have high status. But I'm not one of those men. So I can understand the frustration, because a lot of men still don't understand just how important things like wealth and status can be to a woman. You know, everyone understands that men like young, attractive girls, but men haven't really seen women be so upfront about that kind of preference. And so I understand the frustration, but having said that, women are completely entitled to those preferences. You know, the way I see it is, I won't shame you for being hypergamous, and you don't shame me for finding young, beautiful women attractive. But don't you think that it's shallow or superficial to only date thin women? No, I don't really think about it. Just the way I am. So you don't feel guilty? No. Why would I feel guilty? Yeah, this is just a personal preference, and even assuming it's a bad personal preference, the only person I'd be hurting is myself. This doesn't affect anyone else. You know, I've no reason to feel guilty. Well, exactly though. I mean, doesn't it seem like you're limiting yourself? What if that woman who you prematurely judge turns out to be a fantastic person? You know, someone who could really enrich your life? Then you miss out. But I don't only interact with people that I want to date. You know, if she's a fantastic person, then we can grow to be really good friends. You know, that's fine. She can enrich my life that way. The relationship doesn't have to be sexual. Interesting. Well, I'd be curious to know what you guys think. Do you date women who are overweight? Do you think it's fine to have these kind of preferences, or do you think it's misogynistic in some way? Let us know in the comment section below. That's right, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you want to find out how you can support Red Pill Interviews, check out our Patreon page. Just click on the link in the description box below and have a look at what's on offer there. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you again next time.